Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Yours? It pleases me to see you well. Do excuse me for interrupting, viewers. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tadaru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this morning. Thank you, my lady. Ever since we defeated Gaius Van Baelsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. True embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tadaru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to... Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. Yet my urge to share this dilemma might not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They like to have their own opinions on the matter. There's a lot of thoughts on the matter. Recall you our meeting with the Admiral, shortly after the Lominson sent word of summoning of Titan. And mayhap you also recall our words to our host. I said unto Merlwyb that her people had broken their treaty with the Kobold, that the Beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Lominsons to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know there was a growing belief among the refugees that All Amigo could be liberated. Only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, viewer. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalymo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? Wow. None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles? Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now and have it done with. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. Is the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power prefer aid with one hand, whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not they shall return, stronger and bolder both. Know that we shall be the ones to meet them. The sacred challenge shall ever be ours. It is but a pity we are so few and our fortune so finite. What does Alphino have to say? A lot. Clearly it's going into a cutscene. The situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, viewers. Alphino, viewers, is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain within Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an aetherite. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go to? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years, but I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'dah is our home, Alphino. Cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Signs of the Seventh Dawn, which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That will be all, Alphino. I am sure you have some familial matters of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them at the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of others, of the Order after all. Leave Ul'dah. Does it truly come to this? Oh, yours. Pray tend to Alphino. He is engaged of some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphino waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Confound it, she knows what must be done, and she still hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flamine was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlean minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia too struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flamine's absence stretched from months to years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Till recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamine is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Iliud, sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen of late in the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I meant to set forth for Lenosha at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gigaruju as to the veracity of rumors. Yeah, she doesn't... Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Koten, have you forsaken me? Titan's Bane, I mean yours. What brings you to my humble resort? Flamine? You mean to tell me that the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? Egads, man. If I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. What the hell? Oh, for shame, to think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff of the West, or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say. A tragedy. West it is. Thank you, Master Gigaruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search at the docks, and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. Right. Wineport it is. Well, if it isn't Viors, the savior of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with tasting, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell a woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. You want to know if I've seen a Mikoda lass by the name of Flamine? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. I see you've had many grand adventures since we last spoke. Yours. You must share them with me sometime. Girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating. Simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully, and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. Make haste, you may yet find her there. That went well, I'd say. I'm in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gobbu's ire until I was too late. Your oils can be used to make perfume, you see, and I mean, I don't. Who are you? Whom do you serve? Here's you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. Songstress of Ul'dah, I presume? Minfilia, or should I say, Sela, is looking for you. Asilia? You're the very picture of health, milady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me, more than you will know. But tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lenosha aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport? this is not at all how I had envisioned it. Or not. I can scarcely begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. Lamine has made her peace and is ready to reunite with her adopted daughter. Say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let's be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Antecedent, you have a guest. Lamine? Vasilia. There are like 3 hugs in the game. I haven't seen her like this in years, viewers. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead. But what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. We could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Vasilia. The best. I have a gift for you. Valsetia perfume. You remembered. How could I ever forget? Wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could just find you again just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for yours, however. I could not have made it without him. Thank you, viewers. Thank you both. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamine who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I'm no stranger to the facts of you. Yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I don't know about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining. I was a very dedicated student. Cat's Eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamine as a gift. She said it was beautiful, but there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Vasilia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could have ever hoped. You have succeeded where I failed and made me so proud that the words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and at all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and what it may entail. Vasilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ul'dah. I mean? built it once, Cecilia. You can build it again. And this time we'll do it together. See? Alphino, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll, as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word that the students of Valdesian. Preparations begin at once. Hey, Random, how you doing? Minophilia would share with you the latest news on the Scion's imminent relocation. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is so much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable effort, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, Antecedent. Really, Alphino, if I need concern myself with anything, it surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps. I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter. Namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am. Nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. It is an honor, Antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphino, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There you are, of course. Certain provisions, which must needs be negotiated if it please you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I am much mistaken, you're the one known as Viors, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance? Laughborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean Castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long. Well, it would seem your reputation precedes you, viewers. Mayhaps I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there's already so much you have done for us, and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. Alright. Should have taken the helmet off before reading. Viewers, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you come with me to the Solar. Alphino has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. You're here. Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. And? Our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tataru's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands. From the waking sands to the rising stones. Passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Raban included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our Order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that is wise, Antecedent? If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst-kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know that what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have a right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in doing so, I would show them that it is a powerful, accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us, we who have felled primals and faced down the Empire? To you, my fellow Scions, I would say this: prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them, as we have again, united as one. Must be some way I can... That area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Flamine to teach me the basics of mining, too. You ever wonder how he does it? Alphino, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild, mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slathborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care of on the road. Represent us well, viewers. I was told to expect a Scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It has been far too long, viewers. You have something for me, yes? Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? Would that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just have to give you the work of a dozen men. I jest. Now, side note, when they were talking about the changes that happened to Revenant's Toll, this area actually changed throughout the patches of 2.1. So, for example, you have all these fortifications look like just an absolute castle, but at one point it was just like a little tiny gate and a dirt hill. This paved trail came in before any of these sides were paved. It changed a lot during that time. There might still be a few pictures online, but it wasn't very well recorded at the time. You know, a dirt market, that whole deal. Alright. Back to the mission. Welcome back, Queen Crowley. Thanks for watching. I currently stream from noon to 4 Pacific time on Twitch and continue this New Game Plus run every Tuesday. If you appreciate the content, please like, subscribe, or watch me on Twitch.